Now, in this video, I'm going to show you why women claim that they hate anytime that they sense that a man is acting controlling in a relationship. They don't like this, they will pull away, they will leave him. They typically get very turned off by this. I'm going to show you all of this. Now, what I actually started to realize was that a man's interpretation of this word, controlling in a relationship, or men who act controlling, a man's interpretation of what that means is far different from what the woman is actually trying to say. So I'm going to explain all of this, and to help you take this even a step further, you have to see this. So yesterday, one of the guys in our community, this is literally what he said word for word. So yesterday, this guy goes, "I thought I'd give my testimony too. Language of women is so life-changing." He says, "I have control over my dating life. I have more women in 1 month than I've had in my whole life. Concurrent back-to-back dates that they call me to." So think about that for a second. Most guys have no direction with their dating life to actually get consistent dates and see actual desire from women. They have no plan, they have no process. So what I created to help you learn, understand, and master the language of women was an exact process to help guys actually overcome these challenges and these obstacles. And just yesterday we crossed over 1,300 guys inside of this. Because of that, I want you to join us inside of that too. You'll see what I made for you. It's down below, but let's get back to the video. So this might be a long video. I'm going to have to read this step by step. So what he thinks it means when a woman says, "Oh, I hate when guys are so controlling in a relationship," men assume that she means that she doesn't like decisive men who make decisions that control the outcome of the relationship. So when a guy hears the phrase, "Oh, I don't like men who are controlling," when a woman says that, or "I don't like guys who act super controlling in a relationship, it makes me lose attraction or it makes me pull away from them," what most guys assume that the woman is trying to say is most men assume that what the woman means is she doesn't like guys who are decisive, who are making decisions for both of them. So to summarize that, what I'm trying to say is most men assume that what she means is that she doesn't like a man who controls the decisions and the outcome of the relationship, but this could not be further from the truth. What I actually learned, what I've actually discovered is this. What you have to consistently remember about women is that they oftentimes will describe words purely based on the meaning of how that emotion makes them feel. What women actually mean, listen to me very closely, what women actually mean when they say, "I don't like when a man is controlling in a relationship," what they actually mean is they're saying, "I don't like when men try to control the desire level that I have towards him." Now, the woman that I was talking to on the phone, she actually said my old boyfriend used to get mad or used to feel sad or disappointed when I wouldn't post pictures of him and I on my social media. And see, in my mind, when I heard that, I instantly thought potentially like insecure, or he needed some kind of validation to show that he was with her. However, the sentence that she used to describe this is she said, "He was so controlling." So here's what you have to remember. Women do not like when a man tries to manufacture desire based on how the relationship should be running, because women just want to feel the desire and they want to come to these conclusions on their own terms. So these are some things to never do when you're dating. I'm going to show you them in just a little bit. But if you do these things, this is the biggest problem. It's going to show that you have weakness. It's going to show that you have attachment or potential attachment to that one woman. And it's going to scream that you have no options. You are consistently going to be demonstrating that you don't have any options at or above her current level of attractiveness, which is going to make her hypergamy kick in and say, "Hey, I'm the best that this man can do, and I now think that I can do better." What this is doing when you try to say things or do things to generate an outcome of the relationship, or you try to control the narrative of the relationship, is she will actually feel as if you are now trying to interfere with her desire level. And what this is going to do is turn her off. This gives her thoughts that she can do better. This gives her thoughts that she should leave you. This gives her thoughts that she should exit. And I'm going to show you why. I'm going to show you a different mindset, and I'm going to show you how the real player thinks, the guy who's actually the ladies' man, because the guy who's actually the ladies' man wouldn't care about any of this, and you're going to see why in just a little bit. What you are going to hear other content creators tell you, especially in the dating space, is they're going to tell you to be masculine. They're going to tell you to have frame. They're going to tell you to have boundaries. They're going to tell you that all this little stuff matters or you're not a good leader. I'm here to tell you that none of that shit matters, and all of that is going to make you look like you are putting in so much effort. All of that is going to turn her off. All of that is going to make it seem as if you really care. All of that is going to make it look like you're a man who just doesn't generate attraction naturally. It looks like you have to do these things to be a certain way, when in reality, the true player, the true ladies man can just exist, and he just is, and he just attracts because he is. This is what I'm trying to tell you. The things to never do that so many men do when they tell themselves, oh, I'm being masculine, oh, I'm leading, oh, I'm setting the tone of the relationship, I'm doing all this stuff. These are huge mistakes. In fact, I would say that these are mistakes that you cannot recover from. When you do things, or when you say things like, I don't like when you dress that way, right? I don't like when you wear that. I don't like when you do that, right? You have to understand, this is going to be a turnoff, and I'll show you why. When you say things like, why don't you post me on your social media? You should take more pictures of us. When you say things like, I don't like that you have all of these male friends. This is a huge topic in the dating space. Guys will say, what should I do if she has a lot of male friends? You have to understand, the true player just doesn't care. The true ladies man who has options doesn't give a shit. Okay? So here's what's going to happen. You will be told by other content creators, set the frame, set the tone, or she doesn't respect you. Be masculine, have boundaries. I'm here to tell you that all of that is going to scream insecurity. All of that is going to get her to label you as controlling with insecurity, with no options. Because deep down, what she is going to naturally feel is she is now going to naturally feel like you're so invested, you're actually scared that she is going to leave you. You now are going to appear as if you care so much, you actually are worried that another man might be able to sweep her off her feet away from you, and she no longer has those feelings of emotion towards you. See, this is what you're actually signaling. You cannot do these things. Majority of the advice that you're going to hear from almost every single dating coach or content creator is completely wrong. When you try to be masculine, you try to be this man of respect, this man who needs to be respected, and all of these things, the ego, the insecurity, the problem is that she's going to feel as if you have to try really hard. And women don't like these types of men. All of these things make women run in the relationship and get away from you. And what this is going to do is this is now going to give her insight and basically a lens on your investment level. See, this is what women are constantly looking at. Is he invested into me? Does he like me? Is he in love with me? Does he really care? Well, let me give you a little secret here. Let me tell you a little secret. As soon as a man needs to comment on, why do you have to dress like that when we go out? Why do you have to have all these male friends? Why do you have to have all these guy friends? Do you understand that instantly in that woman's mind, she will subconsciously know, without even trying, keep in mind, she will subconsciously know instantly, look how much this man cares. Look how he's scared to lose me. If you were actually the man who I thought you were in the beginning, you wouldn't even care about these male friends, because guess what? You would know that you're the guy already. You would know that you're that man that is chosen already. And what you're going to notice is women don't even do these things anymore. When she has real desire for you, she will just start to close off the attention from those male friends without you saying a word. The second any word needs to be spoken is the second that you're now proving that you're a guy who doesn't just understand these things. When you say these things, these mistakes you can't recover from. She's now able to read your investment level. She's now able to see how much you like her. Keep this in mind. What women really love is men who don't care. So what you have to understand is that the true player, the true ladies man, wouldn't care about any of this. The vibe would be, do as you wish, act however you'd like, I see you when I see you. Do as you wish, act however you'd like, do whatever you would like. I see you when I see you, and I don't care where this goes because I'm not trying to build anything in the first place. The player just exists. The player just is. The man who tells himself he needs to be a man of value, the man who tells himself he has to be masculine, he has to show all these things, he has to be able to make sure that she looks up to him and respects him. You have to understand, the real ladies man doesn't care. The real ladies man doesn't care if she looks up to him or if she doesn't respect him or not. He's just existing. And see, it's not until you fully detach and you fully don't care that you'll actually attract who you want. It's not until you truly don't care that you get what you want in any way, because you're finally attracting instead of chasing. You're attracting instead of pursuing. You're attracting instead of seeking. The true player would never care. Do as you wish. Act however you'd like. I see you when I see you. And when I don't, I don't. So guys who want to tell themselves women only want these types of masculine men who are high value and high status and are able to show backbone and set frame and have boundaries and all this stuff that just doesn't matter, all this stuff that makes her see how invested you are. You have to understand, you would only set boundaries or you would only do these things if you care. You would only set boundaries with someone or something if you actually care about the direction of the relationship. The true player doesn't care. And see, this really pisses a lot of these guys off who are like masculine, or they tell themselves that women only want masculine men, when they see the other guy who maybe acts immature or who maybe doesn't take anything seriously. When they see him able to just sit back in a good state of mind with good vibe, and she just wants him for no apparent reason, even though he hasn't offered anything, he hasn't tried to do anything spectacular, he just is. That is uncomfortable for a lot of guys to actually come to terms with. So here's what you have to understand. Women will move the relationship at her pace. She will want who she wants regardless of what you say or what you do. All you have to do is act correctly. All you have to do is not overinvest. All you have to do is not care. When you don't care and you sit back naturally in that state that says, I see you when I see you. When you sit back and you can do that, you have to understand, women naturally show you the respect you're wanting. Because the desire is for real. The desire didn't need a conversation. The desire didn't need boundaries set around the relationship. The true player, the true ladies, man, if she tries to say something that's a test, he might just look at her, not even say anything, and just look away. He might not even care to hear it. He might not even care that anything just happened. No care to rebuttal, no care to justify what he said, no care to prove her wrong, no care to even engage. I'm here, but I'm not. I like you, but when I see you, I see you. I like you, but I don't need you. I like you, but when you leave, I'm going to go eat with my friends and hang out. I see you when I see you. I don't when I don't. I don't need to nurture a relationship through a cell phone with text messages. I don't need to do any of this. I see you when I see you. When you don't care, when you operate with that energy, that tonality, that mood, that vibe, well, naturally you're going to notice all of a sudden she doesn't have a lot of guy friends anymore. All of a sudden, the way you actually wanted to be treated by a woman, she's doing naturally. Your effort is an indicator of interest. Your investment is an indicator of interest. Your frame and your rock-solid masculinity principles and your, respectable behavior that you're needing and that you need to verbalize, you're demonstrating your investment level. You're demonstrating your care. And that right there is why she doesn't want you. If this is starting to make sense, if this is starting to actually click, you have only just reached the tip of the iceberg, if I use that analogy. You have only just began. You have only just started to see what I'm trying to say. And I encourage you to do one thing. I encourage you to take this a step further and learn, understand, and master the language of women. Over 1,300 guys have now joined and are a part of this. And I'm watching this thing grow every single week. I'm watching guys actually get real success. I'm watching guys finally say, oh my gosh, this is the best thing I've ever seen. This is like amazing. This is life-changing. I'm watching this happen. I am seeing guys finally have the success in their dating life that I know that they deserve. I invite you to join us inside of that. Hit the like button, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.